Hello friends, I welcome you all to my channel Third Bridge. In today's presentation, we will discuss the different steps followed in any research methodology to undertake any particular research. So let us start. There are basically 5 steps followed in any research methodology and to undertake any particular research of any domain basically. They are identifying the research gap and defining research objective. The second one is developing research plan. Third one is data collection. Fourth is data processing and analysis. And the fifth and the last one is presenting the findings. We will discuss each one of the steps in detail separately. So let us start. The very first step is identifying the research gap and defining the research objective. Under this stage, basically what we do is we find out the research gap. By that I mean to say that what all research have been done in the past and which of the area is required to explore basically. To do that, we have to do exhaustive literature review. Under that, we study different research papers, different books, basically magazines, journals, and other information which are available for in any particular topic or any particular domain. We are going to undertake that research basically. To get that in-depth idea and the research gap, we particularly follow this literature review step basically. Once we come up with any gap which is there, by gap I again mean to say that the area where the requirement of the research is there. So after getting that area, which is called a problem area, what we do is we define the research objectives. We develop research objectives, and lastly we develop the hypothesis on the basis of our understanding of the topic, our observation and our experiences basically. So the first step includes literature review, identifying the research gap, defining the research objective and hypothesis development. Once we finish off with this first step, we move on to second step, and that step is basically the development of research plan. Under this part, what we do is we develop the research design. By research design, I mean to say that we find out or we develop what type of research we are going to undertake. There are basically 4 types of research. They are exploratory research, descriptive research, specific research and causal research. I have explained every one of the this type of research in detail in separate video. Then we find out whom to sample basically. That is called sampling unit. What is our sample unit? By that I mean to say who I am going to sample, who is my respondent and for whom I am going to research basically. Then we find out the sample size. By that I mean to say the number of respondents, how many samples I have to interview basically, so that we get a good unbiased result and findings rather. Then sampling design. Sampling design basically that includes probability sampling and non-probability sampling. Under probability sampling, again there are 3 types of probability sampling. They are simple random sampling, stratified random sampling and area or cluster sampling. Again in non-probability sampling, there are judgmental sampling, convenient sampling and quota sampling. They are the broad categories of sampling design. So once we complete with this, we develop a questionnaire basically. to get the responses from the samples or the respondents basically. Questionnaire, designing questionnaire includes open-ended questions, putting in open-ended questions, closed-ended questions, and other types of questions which can provide us with the required information which should be in line with our research objective and hypothesis basically. So, when we develop a questionnaire or prepare a questionnaire, we must keep in mind what is my research objective and what hypothesis I have developed or created. I have to prove that hypothesis through this questionnaire basically. So this is the very critical part of research plan development. So this is all about the second step. This is very crucial step as this because this is the planning part. So the better the planning will be, the better our result will be. So take fair time, invest your all knowledge and experience of the research guide as well as your own understanding of the topic to develop a proper research plan. Once we finish off with this step, we move on to next step, and that is data collection. So under this step, we collect both primary and secondary data. Primary data includes questionnaire, interviews, observations, etc. And the secondary data includes the information from books, magazines, research papers, journals, etc. So we collect the data under the third step. After collecting the data, basically this data is a raw data, and finding out and drawing information from this raw data is not very much convenient. So what we do is we process the data. So we follow different steps in processing the data. They are field editing, centralized editing, coding, data classification, and data tabulation. So once we tabulate the data in a particular format in Excel sheet, now this data is ready for analysis. This is called processed data. So data processing, and now under this fourth step only we analyze the data. Analysis includes correlation, regression, using MS Excel, Minitab, SAS, SPSS, ANOVA, ASPs. They are the softwares basically to analyze the data which we have processed basically. There are different tests. They are chi-square test, t-test, z-test, etc. So using these all types of software and techniques, we analyze the data and draw information rather. And once we draw the information, our fourth step is finished off. The last step includes preparing the exhaustive project report, preparing PowerPoint presentation on key aspects of the research findings, and presenting the report through PowerPoint presentation. So this is all about the 5 steps or the process followed in research methodology basically. So I hope I could explain the topic clearly. If you have any further doubt or clarification required, you please put in your comments in the comment box. Thank you for now. If you have not subscribed my channel till now, please do subscribe and press the bell icon so that you can receive my videos, or you can get my videos as soon as I publish. Thank you for now.